Goddamn cheese.
Man, I hope that makes it in like the beginning of the video.
What?
The first lines of the video when it goes up on YouTube. Goddamn cheese.
Oh, I don't know if it's gonna
Because
go
that
for
happened
it.
for like the last 2 weeks of you saying something random before the stream starts.
Oh, does it? Damn, that's a
Yeah.
notorious thing then. Oh shit. All right, so let's get started. All right, guys, welcome to Hear Me Out, episode 16. Featured episode will be Trailer Talk. I am your host, Mugen Ketsuki, for the streaming portion of it. And we have here the CEO slash creator of Hear Me Out, Mr. T-Risk himself. We'll be talking about several topics and several PSA announcements. So without any further delay, here's T-Risk.
Alright, let's get started, everyone. I'm T-Risk. I'll be your host this evening. Thank you all for 16 weeks of this. Been real good so far. Alright, let's get started. I'm just going to run through these PSAs real quick. And because I am also tended to forget to do this unless it's like the last 5 seconds of the video when it goes up on YouTube. That this whole thing is brought to you by our sponsors at Fullscreen. So shouts to them. All right, let's get started on these PSAs. So for anyone that may have played these games or just may have never known that they even existed, Sony is closing service to the following games: High Velocity Bowling for the PlayStation 3, Kill Strain for the PlayStation 4, Medieval Moves, Deadman's Quest for the PlayStation 3, Mod Nation Racers Road Trip for the Vita, Sports Champions for the PlayStation 3, and Sports Champions 2 for the PlayStation 3. I didn't know these existed, but I think I would have at least wanted to try Killstream at least once. And that sounds really bad for anyone that owns Mod Nation because it's like a little big planet going down for any particular reason.
Right.
So that's a shame on that.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing is I want to give a shout out to the creator of Spark the Electric Jester. He's this game for some reason it's just not selling particularly well. A lot of people are saying that he's cashing in on like his success at doing Sonic fan games. I think he's just using everything that he's learned from those years of making fan games, just applying it to this game. I didn't get the chance to play it, but I've seen it in work in progress. I've actually spoken to him at least twice as this was being made, and I see no reason why like people should have some sort of strange vendetta of not buying this game. If you have any particular interest in platformers in general, like action platformers, uh, take a look at this game. I personally want to get it eventually. I just am not in the specific livelihood right now to be buying too many games.
All right.
So that's just a shout out to him on that. I hope things work out because that's a fantastic looking game. It's made with a lot of care and affection put into it, and from what I've heard, the soundtrack is great.
Okay.
Uh, we also have here the NES Famicom Mini Edition is being discontinued. So for anyone that's been trying to get their hands on one of those, like me, your best bet is to try to get it now because they're not going to be out in May. It's this month shipment, and that's it.
Yeah. To this month will be the final uh, shipment, but there are people who are still selling them in stores. Though the price may vary for you guys, there's still a very likely chance for you to get on Amazon eBay, Craigslist, and certain mom and pop shops. Do you want to jump into the discussion of the possible rumor that was leaked 2 days ago?
I will get to that later.
Okay.
I did hear about it. I'll get into that in a bit.
Okay.
Moving on, there is also, for anyone that was trying to get the Sonic Mania Collector's Edition, it's up on Amazon still. I just checked it. The only one that's not available is the PlayStation 4 edition and the Xbox One edition. So if you're trying to get it on PC or a Switch, you're best to try and get it now. It's still up. It was up yesterday. It's still up now.
Okay.
What else? We got a release for Wonder Boy that was also another platformer that I was keeping tabs on. I didn't get to talk to this guy in particular, but it looks like another fantastic game. So for anyone that was looking into that, it's out right now. There is a Battle Chasers game for anyone that's been a fan of the comics that didn't get a chance to even know about the Kickstarter. It will be out soon, and when it is out, it's not going to be out just solely on the the Switch, because there was a recent Nintendo Direct, which I'll get into. They showed that game off there, but it's also going to be out on every console that it's been being made for simultaneously. So it's not a Switch exclusive first for like a week or whatever. It's going to come out all at the same time, so look out for that. And speaking about the Nintendo Direct, there was one last week, like right after Hear Me Out of last week, episode 15. And it showed off a lot of games very, very quickly. There was no nonsense, no skits involved. It was just showing off like game after game. And for anyone that has a 3DS or a Switch, you might want to take a look at that. Like, for me personally, the main events of that was Splatoon 2 and ARMS. Splatoon 2 is showing off its own version of a horde mode, which looks really fun. And ARMS showed off a brand new character, a brand new weapon. And besides that, they did show off by accident. Somebody just found the images of during the Direct that there's 4 other possible characters that they may be showing off soon. And it seems like there's going to be a character tied to every specific weapon, like as part of a design thing. Like the character that's in the robotic suit, she is always drawn with the drill weapon, and the Spring character, he's always drawn with like traditional boxing gloves. So when they showed off the new character, Min Min, I think her name is, she was shown off with a dragon arm thing. And that was an entirely new weapon, and it's shown only on her art. So for all the other weapons that they've been showing off, it seems like there's going to be a character tied to that specific weapon. So there may be a lot more characters than you think. What else we have here? Okay. There's a fan web series that will be coming out soon. It was announced, I believe, maybe Monday. For anyone that's a fan of Street Fighter, there's going to be this Dan Hibiki show or web series, really. Yes. That's going to be out, and it's called Dan Hibiki Psycho View Online. And it looks funny. It looks just as funny as it should be. It's not anything high budget like the Assassin's Fist little web series that they had going on. The fact it looks like the complete opposite on purpose. So I would I would like to think people should look out for that if they have any like free time in their hands just to watch a show. And speaking of Street Fighter, the Thailand and school uniforms for Ryu, Chun-Li, and Jury is going to be released April 26th. So it's next week. Beyond that, going towards Street Fighter, the patch for Street Fighter 5 is delayed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so people, before you get your torches and pitchforks out, this time just relax. At least they told you in advance. It's not coming anywhere this April at all. So wait till May, wait till June. I don't know when this is coming. They didn't say, but they did say that the beta is going to go back online, and people will be able to play all the characters for free. And the next character for Season 2's DLC, Season Pass, is also going to be revealed soon and will be playable. So, relax for at least that much. Try to have some more patience. I know it's kind of difficult. I more so with me saying it, given how, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess how strongly I feel about Street Fighter V in terms of what it's even doing. This is the one time I'm saying relax. Nelson, what do you think about all this?
Well, honestly, I knew this was coming because of the.
Oh, I knew it was coming too. Capcom can't set their alarm to anything.
Yeah, they can't keep their word, and that's the reason why, like, I kept telling people about the whole beta thing. Like, just don't make a big deal out of it, because they was only using it for the PC side of things, and now if you think about it, they're like, okay, we ran a couple tests, we fucked up for the first 3 days of the beta, now we gotta recalibrate it and revise it, and plus, they was mentioning like they're strengthening the server, they're trying to keep their promises on the load times and X, Y, and Z. All I gotta say is, Capcom, if you're delaying the patch, add more shit to what people was requesting. Don't sit there and just keep the same guidelines that you had intended for the regular CFN update. Add some like input fixing, like make it so that it's like pinpoint and not like a 5-frame input delay or some shit like that. Make it work. Make your product work, please. Make the netcode better. Like, stop with the crap. Like, you guys have the money. You're backed up by PlayStation, Sony itself. Change your netcode. I don't give a damn how long it takes, because if I had it to where I see fit, I will go backwards in time and be like, oh no, you're not releasing shit, so you're fucking completely done. Not rushing it out so you can make your little buck. Which you guys are still trying to do.
Done? This word in the era of PlayStation 4 and Xbox One? Done? They haven't done since the PlayStation 2 and the original Xbox.
Yeah, but it's weird to me how you guys are like saying, oh, don't worry, we're going to get you guys updated as soon as possible. And it was funny to make mention of that because Combo Fiend was here in New York the other week.
Doing what?
Just chilling and commentating. Chilling and commentating. He wasn't talking about no patches. He wasn't talking about shit. He was just chilling. So...
just showed up all incognito.
Just came out of nowhere. It's like, hey guys, I'm at next level. I'm commentating. Can you give us a heads up at least what's going on? You don't have to go in depth.
The only people I think that should be mad about this, like, well, I think everybody should be mad about this, but I think more people should be heated is the PlayStation community. They don't get a beta.
Well, they had a beta in the past, and they kind of neglected the PC side of things. That's the reason why they did it for the PC recently. But I do agree with you. Both consoles should have a beta so there could be more participants and more data to be collected. It would be
Hmm.
much more on the smarter side of things. So then, because right now, I don't want to keep this topic too long for you, but we know that there is subtle differences between the PS4 and the PC side of things when it comes to buffering time. As of like,
Yep.
let's say for an example, when I am having to get out of the match quicker than you are, and you have a longer time of a duration period before you actually get backed into the lobby itself, that's an issue.
Yeah. Sometimes it just skips me automatically, or like I watched a match, and the next match is starting up so fast it doesn't even register me to watch the next one.
Exactly. So that's a huge issue that they need to fix. They need to also fix the input lag. Everything else is pretty much the same on the PC side of things. Really not much of a difference.
Yeah.
But I can just pray that Capcom gets their shit together, keeps it moving, and yeah, we'll be all peachy. But yeah, guys, just wait. I know there's some people out there like pro players that are bitching and complaining that they want the update now so they can start practicing the new changes and stuff like that. But again, everything comes with a price. You paid for your season pass. They don't have to really rush things anymore. They got their money. They can do what they want now, so we're gonna have to hold that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how it's just gonna have to be right now. This is just ridiculous. This entire story of this game is just ridiculous.
Yeah, like Street Fighter 4 wasn't even that bad. That's what makes it worse. Is that Street Fighter 4's like cycle was not bad until I believe AE was getting announced, and then that's when shit started to hit the fan real quick.
Yeah, because then there was AE, and then there was AE, what, 2012 edition or something like that?
2012, yeah, and then there was Ultra.
Yeah, like at that point, people's like, okay, this is getting ridiculous. This is getting Street Fighter 2 levels.
Mm-hmm.
You have to stop.
So I honestly don't know what's going on. Like I don't mind the revisions, but you guys need to be more community focused with your fans than anything. Because if you leave them out the loop and then shit just goes like wrong, you guys need to fix it.
Yeah. For Street Fighter 4, I was like, oh, you mean you guys are like following Bungie with Halo 3 and, updating this one disc over and over and over? Okay, I'm just hold on to my vanilla copy that came with collector's edition stuff. I'm good.
Yeah, I still have my DVDs from the fucking Street Fighter 4
Yeah.
and shit, but hopefully they fix it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like two steps forward and then like 3 steps back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get what Capcom is just doing in general. Because this isn't just a Street Fighter issue. This is something that they've been doing with games just in general lately. Before it was just a Street Fighter issue. Now it's just a general Capcom thing.
Yeah.
Like I I know the audience here is the biggest Monster Hunter fans, but when they was making Monster Hunter Cross or over here Monster Hunter Generations,
Mm-hmm.
they said, oh, okay, because of the nature of this game, it's just going to be a finished product. We worked um such and such amount of time on this. Basically, they said it's finished. We're not making another one.
Yeah, that's how it
And
should be.
yeah, and what happened was next year, Monster Hunter Double Cross or Monster Hunter Generations X. What happened? We
Yeah.
just decided to make another one.
Yeah, if you say, oh, we can make money out of this. That's really what it is at the end
Yeah,
of the day.
yeah. Generations was just a fan service game of all of the stuff that they've been doing over the years. They brought back all these different concepts, all these old monsters, all these old armors. They brought back four of the favorite villages to go to. The
Mm-hmm.
game is jam-packed with stuff to do. Even if a lot of that stuff is repetitive, there's still a lot to do. I think that's the biggest Monster Hunter, the second biggest one.
Mm-hmm.
Freedom Unite might be the biggest one still.
Right.
And it's like, what happened? Why did you make another one? You said this was just a fan service game, not a mainline. And
Oh boy.
people are pissed. I'm pissed.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I love Monster Hunter, but I haven't played Monster Hunter since Part 2 on the PSP.
It's changed a lot.
Yeah, I from what I've heard, like my girlfriend's nephew keeps me updated with all the Monster Hunter craze and shit. I just don't have. I don't have a 3DS, so I really can't enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? It's like
that's most people's problems. I have a 3DS. I'm not buying a 3DS just for Monster Hunter.
yeah, I just can't commit to what I don't have.
And I find that totally fine. I think by the time, well, I'm not even going to say by the time. I know the Switch now has enough consoles out there for Capcom to be thinking, okay, it's time to start, making a real Monster Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least port over the Monster Hunter Online like they always do.
Mm-hmm.
For anyone that doesn't know, Wii and the Wii U and the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360 and I think the Xbox One now all have the Monster Hunter Online in Japan. We don't get it, but they got it. They got it on everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's even out on Vita. Which is ridiculous.
That's crazy.
That reminds me. I think they're going to have an announcement for Monster Hunter Online, actually, now that I think about it. But I don't care. Unless that announcement is it coming overseas or something like that, I don't care.
Right.
Yeah, that's just Capcom now. Like, okay, we're going to make a product. Now it's time to make the super version of that product.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, like for me, Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition, it's been enough years for that to come out and be a thing, and for me to be okay with it. And that wasn't just, okay, we're making a super version. We're actually bringing it back to a new console in general. So that's another thing that they did recently.
Mm-hmm. That's just
And
crazy.
I'm gonna say it again. They are so lucky that they have the fan base that they have to deal with this crap.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine if this happened with Skullgirls? Do you think anybody would care less about Skullgirls than they already have?
That would be ridiculous.
If that actually happened to that,
Mm-hmm.
or KOF,
Mm-hmm.
if it had the amount of problems that it had, or
Yeah.
Killer Instinct, what is Microsoft's basically only fighter these days? No, it's only because it's Capcom they can get away with this.
Mm-hmm. That's just crazy.
That's ridiculous. It was just like Guilty Gear is already getting flack for this,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like wasn't Revelator out like 2 years now, at least in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about time for that. And it's not like, okay, it's just 2 characters. No, you get a bunch of other stuff that you probably don't care about. But you're getting stuff. You're getting a lot of stuff. And you can actually keep your own disc, which is nice. At least they always do that for Guilty Gear now.
Mm-hmm.
Blaze Blue is a different story for all the years. But that's it. That's something else entirely. It's ridiculous the way Capcom can get away with this.
Oh yeah.
Alright. Before I get on a tangent, let me just move on to the next topic. We have here Pocket Rumble, which was delayed for a while, mostly because they weren't ready for when the Switch was coming out. It's coming, I think, either the end of this month or possibly next month. And the game showed off a lot of different characters. Nelson, did you see that trailer at all?
No, I didn't get the chance to watch it at all.
Well, for the longest time, they've shown two characters. One is like a traditional Shoto, the other one is kind of like Terry.
Mm-hmm.
And those two seem to be the main characters. They showed the most as the Kickstarter. They showed off, I think, one other guy, maybe this girl as well, in some trailers as it was being built.
Mm.
But they showed off like 4 other characters. So now the roster is up to a traditional 8, and the game looks really solid. Like for anyone that remembers the Neo Geo, like the Neo Geo Pocket, I think it was.
Right.
And like play the King of Fighters games on there, play the Capcom versus SNK games that was on there, that was also really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
This game really harkens back to that. Anyone that knows of that style and that look, those games were, I guess, simple but challenging in its own way, because you only had 2 buttons, and this is 2 buttons as well.
Mm.
And they managed to get down just about every mechanic that it needs to have.
Right.
So it has simplified controls, it has traditional controls, it has super moves, it has special moves, all that good stuff. I think it even has alpha counters. One of the characters can parry. So it looks like a totally fine game. And for anyone that has a Switch, I advise them to pick it up. I believe it's also coming to PC. It's going to be coming to the consoles later. They're just taking their time with it.
Mm-hmm.
So do look into that game. It was a Kickstarter game. It looks really fun.
Okay. I'll definitely look into it when I get the chance.
Yeah. In other news, Nier is getting some DLC. I believe one is free and the other one's not.
Mm-hmm.
So, Nelson, remind me, is it the costumes that are free or is it the battles that are free?
I might believe that it might be the battles that might be for free, and the outfits you might have to pay for.
Okay. Well,
because there's several outfits. That's what it leads me to believe. That...
It's like I didn't get to play Nier 1. I've just seen some footage of it, and I know the character that to be the main robot chick that you play as. She has the costume of what is the female protagonist of that game, or duotagonist.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one, the guy, I think it's Linus.
Yeah.
He has a costume of like replicants or something like that in here. And I have no idea where the other costume comes from. I think her name's A2 or A1.
Mm-hmm.
So for anyone that's played Nier, I'm sure that is very nice pieces of DLC, like on the level of Metal Gear Horizon, the Gray Fox DLC.
Oh yes, that was so
right.
Cool.
Yeah, so I can't feel the same way, obviously enough, but I could only assume that's how it must feel if you're a long-time fan of the series. So do look into that. Did you see the fight that they have?
In what?
In Nier Automata.
No, I didn't get the chance to see that.
Okay, so what the fight is? Do you recall seeing the trailer of the development for Final Fantasy 15's DLC? The one where you fight the CEO of Square?
Yeah.
So it's that, and he has all of his same moves from that 15 fight, except halfway through it, you also fight the CEO of Platinum Games.
What?
Yeah. So that is what they're doing, and the CEO of Platinum own moveset, and like he the one move that they showed him doing was like immediately when he shows up, he just charges at you and like does a shuriken in the air, then he like jumps towards you and he does lightning legs, and then he does a genocide cutter in midair and kicks you downward.
I am done. Oh my god. That's ridiculous.
So yeah, he has his own moveset that's more like traditional platinum style.
Mm-hmm.
And the CEO has the more like Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy style of moveset because of the nature of that DLC.
I see. Okay.
And Nier's, I guess, palette style is very black and white and grayish.
Mm-hmm.
And because of Final Fantasy 15, the CEO of Square, he's wearing black.
Mm-hmm.
And the CEO of Platinum, he's wearing like a white gray suit.
Oh, okay.
So it has meanings for both games, which is really nice.
It's cool that they're doing tribute DLC.
Yeah, that is something I didn't think anyone would do but Platinum, I guess.
Yeah, there's not many games that would do that, to be honest with you. That they'll put like their own creation in the game, except for Kojima.
Yeah, and remind me, like Kojima wasn't really even sure about doing that, right?
At
Did
first.
Yeah, didn't he think it was like it was boasting too much to have himself in the game?
Yeah, at first he thought that, but then by the Konami heads, they was like, no, it would be a great idea because, they get to see the man and the legend behind, the game. So, of course, Kojima appeared in Metal Gear Solid 1 as like a homage, as a Kodak screen failure. He also showed up as like a little minor TV thingy in MGS1, and he features himself in every other game in some related way. He's always in it now. Whether if you hear it from a Kodak call, a conversation, an actual character model that you save in a Ground Zeroes of Metal Gear Solid. I was like, yo, this guy is fucking crazy putting himself in the game like that. And it's his actual voice. So,
yeah.
He's
What was the other famous one? I think it was Metal Gear Solid 3.
3, I believe he was. I know he was in Metal Gear Solid 2. I know that for a fact. As the part when you're on the tanker and you're switching back and forth to the cameras and stuff like that, and if you take a picture at a certain time, you'll see a green silhouette of Kojima.
Wow.
It's so fucking good. Like, I don't know, like that guy, I do not mind him being within the game because he's made a ridiculous storytelling game. Like that guy is like so good at what he does. Some people don't like it. I can name a couple people at the top of my head, but leave that for another time. But it's definitely nice, like, for the Final Fantasy 15, and now I'm doing it with this for the Platinum Games thing. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought the end of that would just be the engine sword appearing in the Armada. But it's nice to see like that fight didn't go to waste, and it's in 2 different games with their own different ways of doing action RPGs.
Right.
Because from what Chris told me about it, it is less focused on action and more about the RPG aspect, which is really nice.
Right. Right.
Because I've seen the gameplay of the original Nier, and it was like that. It
Mm-hmm.
just didn't really have a way of conveying it real well. And what Platinum did was just bring that out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like the gameplay is really one to one. It's just that it feels better to do things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Uh, so I should have put some PSAs. I guess I didn't. Uh, there is a leak rumor going around right now that BlazBlue Central Fiction might be on PC. Now, this is really nice considering it is another confirmation that. Oh, goodness. One sec.
Sorry for the delay, guys. We do have lives, so things do happen.
Yeah.
Do get
It is another confirmation, if this is real,
Mm-hmm.
that Central Fiction is not getting an extended edition because this has been the fear that everyone has had for why they're not buying the game. Like,
Mm-hmm.
at this point, they would have announced another one being in arcades. It's usually around this time of the year. So, if not May, actually, exact.
Okay.
PC normally never gets the vanilla edition. They always get the extends.
Mm-hmm. That's what it
And
seems like.
right, and the PC, they haven't gotten the current versions when they're out. They always get the extends, and they always get them in order. And I assume that is because they want people to actually know what's going on, like why certain mechanics are gone, uh, why certain things happen, why certain songs are there or not there anymore, that sort of thing. There was
Yeah.
also this year that they did an April Fool's joke, and the April Fool's joke was all these screenshots and like logo for Central Fiction Extend, and it was just an April Fool's joke, and nothing ever came to light about it. So I'm really thinking between this leak, the April Fool's joke, the fact that the creators said this time like he's not making an extend, the story looking like it's over, and the fact that he's not really working on anything that's fighting game related right now means um there might not be a Central Fiction after all extend edition. I really think there isn't. At this point, it would be kind of dumb, considering all the work that they're putting into Guilty Gear, and that would just cannibalize both games at this point.
Yeah, but I mean, both games has its own selling points and whatnot. Central Fiction is
That
really a
is
solid
true.
game. I won't lie about that. But if they are focusing on Guilty Gear, that might just mean that it's just like a slight pause on the BlazBlue series until Guilty Gear Revelator 2 with DLC comes out, and then that will change things. But we'll just have to wait. I'll say this much: there has been times where Arc System games say that they wasn't gonna do something on a project, and they end up doing it any fucking ways.
That is true. I think if anything, they might just move on without him, like what Capcom is known to do
Mm-hmm. The possibility.
by just removing the creator out of the equation and just
Mm-hmm.
moving forward without them.
There's a very strong possibility.
I don't think it would be kind of pointless at this point unless they're just literally adding new characters, but they could just do that with DLC. I don't know what else they could do to extend the mechanics of the game even further.
No, that to
Because
me,
that's usually what an extended edition is for. It extends the story and it extends the current mechanics. It doesn't add new mechanics, it just extends what the mechanic does.
yeah, I don't think they need to add anything more for BlazBlue. If they are, just add more characters and call it a day. Like Central Fiction seems like it's at its point where it's like it's told all they could about the story of the game. If there is more, then hey, fuck it,
Yeah.
add it. But
The most that like I can tell that people would want this for is the possibility of Jubei being in the game,
yo,
and
oh my god,
and
that's
that
so
is
cool.
like that's like okay, you don't need an entire new edition for that. Just get him as DLC.
Yo, fucking Jubei. Oh my god, son, one of the 7 gods in that game. Shit, he better be a playable character. Fuck.
Because what was the thing saying? It said 2 new characters for
Mm,
that April Fool's joke, and neither was him. It was just I think it was just 2 chicks.
yeah, it was just 2 random girls. Mm.
So so yeah, we'll see. He that was one of his lies. Like what happened to Jube? He's not in the game.
I would love to see Jubei in fucking Blaze Blue, man. That that was always something that I wanted ever since that I seen like the 7 lords like in the story, and he was like the main one that was out besides Hakumen.
Yeah, it was just those 2 you really heard about in
So
the first game in particular.
yeah. Whoa.
So it's unfortunate. I am kind of like I'm good. I don't need another Yoda situation because he's literally the size of a cat. But I've seen some interesting points people have made to make him work, and I'm like, okay, if they did any of this, which I doubt they will, I would be okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a thing.
But,
I do hope that the PC does get its own edition because I want more people to play that game.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I don't, I love that game and I don't play it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do that. Like, they will say, "Oh, this game is nice, game is cool, fun," but I'll never play it. It's like, well, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, I got the game. I don't even fucking play it.
Yeah, I got the game. I made sure because I've been like such a big fan since the first that I've gotten every single collector's edition that they've came out with,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to get it. I just
Mm-hmm.
had to. So I wanted to complete my set.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Okay. Next on the list we have here is the Undernight Birth EX latest
Oh, oh.
was announced, and it's finally coming to current gen consoles, as well as PC. I believe it should.
I hope. I can only hope.
Yeah, I hope so too. That game, you know, I have it free, and I still haven't played it yet. Like, I turn on my PlayStation 3 every so often because it's hooked up. And I'm like, yeah, it's still downloading, and I just turn it off. And that's that.
Mm-hmm.
And I still need to play that game. If I didn't get that game free, and I just bought it recently, I would be upset that that this latest version is coming out. And people have no one to blame but themselves to not have been able to get that game. It was free.
Yeah.
It came out free.
It was free for sure.
I don't care if you don't have the space right now. It was free. At least put it in your library. But yeah, that game is looking good. I'm not sure if I'm quite interested in new characters though.
Well, I am. I've been waiting for this ever since they announced it on the arcade port. So I've been very, paying close attention to this possible update coming out, and I'm glad that it's coming out finally. Thing is, from what I'm reading here on Famitsu.com, is that It might only be coming up for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and the Vita. Possible PC port, they may have to talk to Steam and see where that entails, but
They must have a big following on PlayStation 3 to be putting it on there.
well, the thing is, it started out on the PS3.
Look, of course that.
Man, it started on the PS3 in Japan, and it came to America, and then they said, "Fuck it, let's put it on Steam," because French bread and whatnot, and now teamed up with what the fuck you call Arc System Works for publishing it into America. It's just like, yo, you got to do it. So I like the fact that they're still keeping the implementation that you can still play cross-platform between the PS4 and the PS3. I like that.
Really?
Yep, I do like that idea. And yeah, so they're keeping in mind that people may not have a PS4 still.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then if you think about it, the cost is different when you're buying the digital or retail version. So the retail version on the PS4 will be slightly more for whatever reason. If you get it digitally on the PS4, it'll be slightly cheaper, and then it'll even be cheaper if you get it on the PS3. But the PS3 will not have a retail copy. It'll only be digital only.
Okay, that's fine then. And I do like that the game is getting a discount for having it digital.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was something that was promised to us, and it never happened.
Yeah, but they're trying to keep that promise from what it seems like here. And then also they made mention that the game is 80% done already. So that means that we should be getting a possible release, like, let's see, we're in April. Probably by midsummer or the end of summer, the game will be out.
Sounds like we might get another character that they haven't shown off yet.
Well, supposedly there's supposed to be two characters from jump. It's supposed to be a female character and a guy character. They're showing off the guy character now. I'm not sure why they're not showing the female character. I guess it's because that this is a console exclusive character, and they already have the other character that was in the arcade already, which is a female character.
Okay, I've seen some of the concept sketches or like concept sprites that they had. I like that they're showing off the things that they wanted to do and weren't able to.
Mm-hmm.
So just to see like where they've gone, because I have seen the concept art of what appears to be that character.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to see that, like, just being made.
Right.
And I hope this game continues to have the following that it has right now.
It
seems like a really fun game.
It has a good niche following. Not many people play it except for people in the anime scene. I used to play it heavy when I fucking found out about it from a friend of mine who went to Japan and he actually got the game. And I was like, oh, this shit looks fucking tight. And he's like, if you like Multi Blood, you'll definitely like this. So I started playing it. I was like, oh shit, this game is crazy. Then I started seeing it at like tournaments and stuff like that. I was like, yo, I gotta get this shit. And I ended up getting it for the PS3, both in Japanese and English. Then I got the PC version because I was like, you know what, probably there'll be a better netcode. But the funny thing is about that game is that its netcode was good on the PS3. It was really good. Okay. And it was even better on the PC, so I can only hope that they keep that same netcode or make it better when they make this version come out for the PS4, PS3, and the Vita.
Yeah. And I hope if they do ever make a PC version that it's also compatible with the PlayStation 3, the Vita, and the PlayStation 4.
That would definitely be an interesting topic to talk about once the game is launched. Because a lot of people are trying to get the whole crossplay thing to work, but certain companies have little fickle issues when it comes to working together with a different company altogether. So hopefully we can pray, because we do need more fighting games to be more crossplay, because again, some people favor one console over the other, or they don't have the financial stability to afford all these consoles and games, and so on and so forth. So.
And transactions and
Oh yeah.
Subscriptions,
Oh yeah.
all that stuff. Like the way to play a game now is really really different and way too complex than it needs to be. But that's a topic for another time.
Right, right.
Okay, this is just nice in general. So let's see what we have here for the other topics that I have going. Right. So my last subtopic here was the Eternal Champion's spiritual successor. It's got a few screenshots, I believe, and it's got a working title, which is called Eternal Successors. Now, I've only seen this game in person. I've never actually played Eternal Champions. But I know you have, correct?
Yeah, I played it for the... I believe... What did I play it on? Shit.
Genesis or Saturn?
I think it was the Genesis. Yeah, I played it when I was out on the Genesis.
Okay. I saw it on the Saturn. I just never played it.
It's an okay game. It's not like a combo intense heavy game or whatever, but it did feature some fatality enders and stuff like that. Like that was pretty interesting. So.
Okay. And what do you think about this game actually having a possible spiritual successor?
I mean, if the
like,
fans...
I think we did talk about this.
Yeah.
I know I brought up the poll that SRK had.
Right. I mean, if the fans demand it, then we'll get the game, but it has to be crowdfunded because a lot of people is not trying to hear that, you know? There's like, oh, how come you can't just fund the money yourselves, whatever. But it might get a backing, especially, again, like I said it 20,000 times before. You have these streamers that are willing to do a donation fund to support developers for certain games that they feel and believe that they would want to see. So these people can make it happen, especially with the large fucking following that they have and a generosity of their viewers. They can make it happen, guys. So if they really wanted to, trust and believe, that game will fucking come out. So it's just in the matter of, like, are the developers ready to take things seriously once they do get the backing?
Okay, that's a really good answer about that. And just from the images of the game itself, how do you think it's looking? Because they're trying to emulate the kind of, I guess, 90s comic book style that they had from the first.
Yeah, which is not bad. I mean, you're keeping a perspective of the old school fans of what the game used to be, and you're targeting the retro audience, which I had made mention in the previous show, that everything retro related when it comes to either gaming, appliances, equipment, electronics in general, they're making a comeback. They're making a really strong comeback, and a lot of people don't seem to see it still. It's like, oh, who gives a shit about them remaking a NES Classic or making cartridges for 2017 that's irrelevant and stuff like that. I'm like, you guys don't have any idea how much of a following this retro scene is getting. Like,
oh yeah.
It's astounding how good this is becoming, and I would have to shout out these awesome people, Awesome Games Done Quick, the speedrunner guys. I greatly appreciate what you have been doing for the community as a support to donating towards a cause that you truly believe in, Doctors Without Borders, and for streaming anything and everything known to man when it comes to retro gaming. These guys stream fucking Game Boy games. They stream Super Nintendo, Genesis, Famicom stuff. Like, they do it all. PC gaming, PS2, PS1, 64. They go in.
Mm-hmm.
And
They really do.
and because of that, a lot of other people with a strong following had started falling behind with doing stuff like retro RGB. You have the stuff that I've been working on. You've seen people like Maximilian do it. You see the YouTube channel called My Life in Gaming has been doing it. I
Yeah.
mean, oh my god.
Really good for information, those two.
Yeah, oh my gosh. So I would definitely like to see a successor of Internal Champions. If it does come out in its original perspective graphics and its similar sounds and stuff, I'll feel like, damn, they really paid a homage to like the eons ago this game was released.
Oh, it doesn't have the same graphics. Like
No,
it's
but
3D, but
it's still
they're trying to mimic it with its filters and like its textures
right.
and its colors and stuff.
But
like
it's still
that.
keeping a homage.
Mhm. Like I think this, from what I've seen of the screenshots, looks more like its original game
Hmm.
than Killer Instinct does.
Well, Killer Instinct made it very clear that the characters wasn't trying to be at all similar to what it used to look like.
Well, of course not, like not proportion wise,
Mhm.
anything like that, but like color and things.
Mm-hmm.
That game took a really different turn. It looks good. Oh my goodness, does it ever look good? But it's not what the original games used to look like.
Right.
It's not even trying to emulate it.
Mm-hmm. I see.
Oh, speaking of shoutouts, there was another shoutout that I was supposed to talk about. Now that you reminded me. For anyone that owns a Switch and owns Fast Racing RMX or Fast Racing Remix, the update for that game came out today or like last night.
Mm-hmm.
So go update your console. It's going to have time trials and some other feature as well. I apologize. I don't really know because I don't own the game myself yet. And if you're looking for someone to play, there are two Discords in general that are really good for finding new players. So I would suggest you go look those up and have fun.
Okay.
Right, so let's go to the next subject, which was the how do I word this? So there are two Smash Bros. Like controllers, you could say, that are coming out that people are working on. One is called the Smash Box, which is made by the Hitbox guys.
Mm-hmm.
And another one is just called Box, as in BOXX, and that is made by a guy that used to work with the Hitbox team making the Smash Box,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a whole can of worms of itself. I'm not about to go into that drama. And a lot of people are looking at those things, especially a lot of like FGC people looking at that thing and thinking, why is there so many buttons on it, without actually understanding why are there so many buttons on it.
Right.
And other guys like I've spoken to, like just online in general, I've asked them, if this thing had a stick, would you even be complaining right now? And some of us are saying like, nah, I wouldn't be complaining much. And I've shown them, I can't remember who the guy is, but he made his own stick that was he often used in tournaments,
Mm-hmm.
and it works just fine. It has, I think, 10 buttons, not 8. And one of those buttons is just like a macro, and the other one is like for something else. And what I mean like a macro is it's not going to be giving him super combos or anything like that in a Street Fighter. It is basically, the way I can best explain it, it's a shift button. So think about a computer. You see how you normally type in and it's all lowercase until you hold shift?
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. Normally, you are doing all your normal attacks in Smash Bros. And then when you hold that button down, now you're doing all of your smash attacks, which would be like your strong attacks for anyone that doesn't understand Smash moves. So think of like all the time you're just using your light punch, and when you hold down this button, it now gives you access to your medium punch or your heavy punch. And that's how that thing works because it is macroing the game to think that's the C stick, and the C stick is used for that purpose. So that's how you get your other attacks. And then there's other things for like your movement, your grab, your shield. You get the idea. So this is just the third product that's being made. This particular stick, it has, I'm going to say maybe 14 buttons on it, and it has a fight stick on it, yeah, like a ball stick. So you being more of an FGC guy, I want to ask you, since the other hitboxes looked convoluted, if I sat you down to play Smash Bros, would you use that if I gave it to you?
I don't mind because of the fact that, one, I'm coming from an older generation of FGC. Like, I'm talking about like the arcade golden days. I'm not coming out of the woodworks as soon as like Street Fighter 4 just came out or whatever.
Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, like there is the new guys, then there is the veterans, and then there's the old gods. And I'm not sure if I'll put you in that category because you're not Alex Valle old.
Nah, I'll probably be considered like just a veteran.
Like a veteran.
Yeah, just like a veteran. I'm not like, I can't keep up with today's gamers anymore. I'll honestly say that, but there's a lot of stuff that I do know as of knowledge from the FGC of what I've learned and what I've like taught myself in general. But I played on a hitbox that was designed for people who, play keyboard. And it does have its own kinks with it. It does have its own little nifty usages and stuff like that. But, it's depending, because again, it's all preference, because some people prefer controllers, some people prefer regular American sticks, Japanese arcade sticks, the hitboxes, which are now starting to become more popular. And now they're starting to have the same thing, but with Smash Brothers. I can see this being a trend if you're very reliant on dodging. If you're like a dodge mechanic guy that needs to roll every 5 seconds to keep up like your rhythm, I would recommend you get that. But if not, and you feel fine with what I call the clicker, which is the GameCube controller, then by all means, it's all preference, guys. Some people prefer having an arcade stick feel, some people just have a controller feel.
Yeah, a lot of this in general came about because of the Smash Bros. Guys began to complain about like different various injuries, where like, no, it's not just, okay, well maybe you're just stressing your hand too much. Nah. This is like really like wear and tear on your tendons type stuff. You should stop using this controller. You should stop playing this game so stressfully. That sort of thing. And it all has come to do with the design of the GameCube controller. And honestly, I would tell them, well, maybe you should just stop using this thing. But that's like telling you to stop using a fight stick or an arcade stick.
Oh yeah, that
your preference on it. It's too ingrained for you to just stop using it and play at a competitive level.
Yeah, but I mean, I can easily stop with the arcade stick and reformat my brain to fucking use controller again. But again, it's just I like the feel of.
You are also not getting paid.
Yeah.
to play the games as
Yeah,
well.
not anymore. So, I just like the fact that it just feels more comfortable playing with my hands more on a flat surface than scrunching my hands and letting it sit there for hours and hours and hours. That shit hurts after a while, especially for intense, like, switching back and forth, moving in all directions, pressing every fucking button on the controller. It gets tiresome after a while. But on the arcade stick, it's like I'm used to typing on a keyboard. The only thing that's different is that I'm moving a joystick itself.
Yeah, pretty much. Now, what was? Oh, okay. So, two things. One, that new Smash Stick has 11 buttons, not 14.
Mm-hmm.
And the the other guy I was thinking of, his name is Black Ombre on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So you could take a look at his version of the Smash Stick, which is just very traditional. I believe that has 8 buttons on it.
Right.
Oh no, it has 9 buttons. So yes, it's very traditional. It's very basic in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
I think he actually just made it from a Q3 stick,
Right. Okay.
and his whole focus on this was, I made this stick because I made Ryu in like Third Strike,
Mm-hmm.
and I also play him here in Smash, and my body, like, it needs this stick in order to actually play competitively.
That's just not
So
even matter at that point.
yeah, so it's still a really good motivation. I do like that, and it was the, I guess, the gateway into showing people that, okay, you can actually play Smash with a stick. I tried with the Tatsunoko one, and it didn't register it. And this is nice that people are at least trying to attempt different ways to at least play this game,
Man, I mean, it's
and
possible to play the
are just
arcade
like,
stick.
oh, I'll just destroy my hands, I guess.
Right, but it is possible to play on the arcade stick. I mean, as of the last like 2.5 years, if people don't know and you've been living under a fucking rock, they've been making converters, or as what the old school people used to call it, dongles. And these dongles now made by Brooks, with if you don't know what that is, that's has like a chameleon logo on their shit. But they have been making these things called super converters, where they allow you to use other controllers on other consoles to be tournament legal, and it's plug and fucking play. So they've recently made something for the Wii that you can use its arcade sticks or its controller peripherals on other consoles and switch it back vice versa. So there's been a recent update where you get to use the Tatsunoko stick to play Smash Brothers. And it works just as great as you would think it would. It's just, again, it's all depending on preference at the end of the day, depending if you need to sit there and be like, okay, my hands feel comfortable playing this, but my inconvenience is that I don't have an actual arcade stick, but I have this one. Can I use it?
Right.
So, let's see. We have some things in chat here. Some of them are just like random stuff, like this one. He's like, yo, Nelson, you're the five-time Blockbuster Street Fighter champion from 1997 to 2002. That's incorrect. Blockbuster never had a tournament like that, at least where I lived. Coda Equestria said that he prefers controller because of his disability, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Slinky Jim says, I'm your father. No, you're not. I'm older than you are, so that makes sense. I always wanted to play mouse wheels on a gamepad. I don't know what to say about that. But yeah.
I think they have had something like that before.
What?
Like some weird aftermarket controller that had
Yeah,
like a
they have.
that had like a trackball. I mean, not necessarily a wheel.
No, they have stuff like that. Like
Oh, do
it's
they?
special. Yeah, it's special made controllers for certain people and stuff like
Okay.
that. Yeah, so it is out there. It's just it's very again the market for it's very rare. It's not really needed
Alright.
like that.
And to answer CP Jim's question, yes, the Switch is getting its own stick. It's a Hori stick, as
Yes.
well as a Hori gamepad as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have any interest in that, there you go.
Yeah, because
Actually, looks really nice.
they are promoting the whole Ultra Street Fighter 2, the final challenge game with that arcade stick. So,
Which I'm sure will be a lie in like another 20 years.
oh my god, man. I
Like,
really hope they stop because they went too far into making.
look, man, there's now 3 things in this world that are like absolute: death, taxes, and the fact that there will always be a Street Fighter 2 somewhere on some console.
Mm-hmm.
It's inevitable now. I've given up. I just don't even care. And
Yeah.
if people want Street Fighter 2 to live on this long, go ahead.
I don't mind the game being existing today. I don't mind it at all. My concern is that what the fuck was you thinking? Because you sat there, you added Eva Ryu and Violent Ken. To me, that feels like a waste.
It does.
Then you have ranked casual play, which is fine. You have dramatic battle, which I think is fucking awesome. Whereas the 2-on-1 thing.
Yeah, and I'm glad it's not just okay. You fight Bison.
Yeah, you can like
Seems
fight
you
through
go
the whole
entire arcade mode.
the entire arcade mode with 2 people. Another thing that kind of bothered me is that you made a first person Ryu Hadouken kind of game thing that looks like it could be some VR type shit implementation in the future. I don't see the point in that, but okay. Another cool feature that sparked my interest is color edit mode.
Yeah, and not update. Well, it was an update. That the color edit mode is a smart color edit mode.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't allow you to make your characters flesh colored entirely.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't like just make nude Zangief or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something I haven't seen in a very long time. Color edit mode in general, but a smart color edit mode.
Right. So that's pretty interesting. And Slinky Jim brought up another good point that the game has touchscreen attacks.
Yeah, it takes that from the Street Fighter 4 that was on the 3DS.
Yes, and also the iOS, and also from what was the other console that it featured on? What did Volt came out on?
I know it was on iOS. But was it on the Android tablet thing? The Shield? The NVIDIA Shield?
No. I don't remember what Street Fighter 4 Volt came out on. That was something I can't fucking remember.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it had touchscreen attacks as well. But
and I think Capcom is like being smart enough to not allow touchscreen battle to be a thing online, or at least in ranked.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it was also disabled for ranked mode in Street Fighter 4.
I believe
for the 3DS.
I believe so.
It was rampant everywhere else, but not in ranked, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was funny watching those videos of Guile doing instant sonic booms while walking forward.
That was ridiculous. That was a broken mechanic if I ever seen one.
That was the one reason why I didn't get the game. Once I got 3DS.
That shit was horrid. Where is Alpha 4 at Capcom? I don't know.
Where is Alpha 4 at? It got replaced.
Apparently, a lot of people do want another Alpha game, but Alpha 3 is supposed to be like the definitive edition of the Alpha series. So.
Yeah. I'm fine with Alpha 3 being like the definitive one. I just want a re-release of it or a remake of it. Like me personally, I would like a remake of Alpha, but the story mode just goes through the entirety of Alpha 1 to 3. And just make it a definitive edition and have the necessary mechanics that it needs.
Again, I could see them doing that, but right now they don't want to focus on old school games, which I think Capcom, you're making a fucking dumbass idea for you not focusing on old school games. I could go on.
I just don't want to focus on Street Fighter games.
No, not Street Fighter.
Give me something else. Give me another fighter that hasn't seen the light of day.
Yeah.
And then give me Alpha Remake or Alpha 4 or whatever.
Right. I can go into it right now, but I'm not, because that's just going to make it much worse for me. But, yeah, they do have the time. It's just right now they're not going to focus on going that far back, because, again, they have to cater to what's giving them the money. And that's the new school generation of gamers. So they have to cater to them first before us gamers that love the nostalgia, the retro kind of thing. We're going to have to hold that and just wait.
Yeah, and I'm sure enough people are tired of going backwards and just wants to see where the heck Street Fighter 3 was even going with its ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Because I sure do, just because of how confusing that part of the series is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to me anyway. Yes, Code Question, Rival Schools, that needs to happen. That needs to happen first.
I have the original Rival Schools for PlayStation 1. And I have Rival Schools, well, Project Justice, I should say. I have that for the Dreamcast. But, if you guys want to play, like, the best version of Project Justice, for anyone who gives a shit of anyone... Has anyone heard of the Naomi 2? That's one. Has anyone heard of that? If not, you might want to look into it and play that version of Rival Schools, Project Justice. That is the arcade version. And I tell you right now, that shit is way better than the fucking one we got for Dreamcast. Like, way fucking better. Shout outs to iFix Machines Arcade for having that for me to play. I also played...
Does it just run smoother?
It runs
mechanics?
It runs smoother. The input delay is second to none. The character select screen is way fucking better.
Okay.
Like, way fucking better. And the cool thing is you have the option to play story mode or versus mode from the arcade version.
Wow.
And you have the choice of putting 50 or 60 hertz. And, yeah. Like, the game was just fucking solid. I also played Fist of the North Star the other day on the Naomi 2. Oh my god, that game. If you guys love Guilty Gear, you'll love Fist of the North Star fighting game.
Yes, it is really fun.
The game is so fucking good. But yeah, let me stop talking about my fun Saturday of last week.
Of course, if anyone wants to hear about that, they could check on your channel for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, last topic, because it is already running late, and this is literally the last topic, and I didn't get any sort of requests this week from any of the user base.
Mm-hmm.
And that was pretty much every single trailer that we may have missed for Injustice.
Oh yeah, we missed like the majority of them.
I only put up 3, but I know we haven't talked about like any of them since like Swamp Thing, I think.
Yeah, the last character we talked about was Swamp Thing.
Yeah, so for anyone that's been keeping up or haven't been keeping up, there has just been a lot of Injustice 2 news going on with that whole stream thing and like GIF images by NetherRealm.
Mm-hmm.
Trailers in general, like there's a lot that they want to show you before they even give you the character's original trailer, there's been like what 3 or 2 different story trailers.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, and every time they show off brand new characters and give you like 2 to 3 second clips of them doing something, and then they go on to the next character, and it's like, don't worry about that. We'll show you later.
Yeah, it's just to get you hype.
Yeah,
it is.
So they did the thing that I said from the start. If they're going to ever add Scarecrow in, how they should just do it. Because a lot of people that I know is like, oh, you can't make Scarecrow an actual fighter. He doesn't fight. He just uses fear.
Well,
Like you're thinking too simple with it.
yeah, you gotta understand, Scarecrow can fight. There's a lot of people don't know that. If you read the comics, watch the old school cartoons, Scarecrow can fight.
Yeah, and it's just the fear toxin makes him that much imposing to fight.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing was, with the intro, I thought he should have like a special intro where like the character is just hit with fear gas, or like he sneaks up behind them and injects them with fear gas. But
Yeah.
of course, they went with something way more simpler, of him just starting up the fear gas from a tank and actually becoming the Scarecrow that you actually see often.
Which I still think that's pretty cool, instead of him just coming out of the gate looking like that.
Yeah, because it wouldn't make sense any other way. Like they kept the fact that the character only really looks that fearsome unless he has the fear gas with him.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's definitely a good little notice that they added that within the game.
Yeah. So I'm expecting the Batman Arkham Asylum look for Scarecrow later on. I'm sure they're going to put it in as DLC or something.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Or they might just have it as a in-game switchable armor.
That too. I can see that happening. Or at least the one from Injustice 1.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Possibility.
this is a different look.
Yeah, it is. It's a whole nother look.
Right. So, what do you think about his gameplay? Because I think he looks good. I think he looks way strong.
He looks good as a character. I just can't wait to see like his actual, like, full in-game, like, fights. Like when people pick him up, and so on and so forth. I mean, we'll just have to wait and see, because again, I only saw like little bits and pieces of the It's Good to Be Bad trailer. That's when I saw him. I saw Gorilla Grodd. I saw Captain Cold, which was fucking ironic that we had a fucking conversation like, oh, they should add these characters, and look who comes out of fucking nowhere, Captain Cold. Someone's listening.
Yeah. Someone is listening. I have this conversation like this all the time.
So,
where I am just like afraid that like, oh, is somebody listening to our Skype conversation? Because all this stuff that you talk about, like Kingdom Hearts and Monster Hunter and like other games, like they're just coming true.
Yeah.
Like literally, my idea of like, man, they should just Street Fighter is just a thing now. They should just Street Fighterize like Monster Hunter, and what do? They give characters super arts. It is ridiculous. So that's a thing.
Yeah.
I really do think sometimes they listen, especially with that Captain Cold thing, because you called it.
Yeah, that was fucking funny as hell that it made mention. Really on your knees? The CIA is always listening? Hello, CIA? Well, hello, CIA. Yeah, but I
Where
think...
are you on your knees? I could grab you for a short segment, because we did speak about Nier. If you could get on, I would like to talk to you about that, since you actually played it.
Yeah, you could probably do that, if anything. But, yeah, I think, like, the characters that we've seen so far that's been shown in trailers, like The Flash, Poison Ivy, they showed recently. like I said, Gorilla Grodd, Scarecrow, Captain Cold, Bane, what the fuck is Black Adam?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
they're
he's another
looking
one.
they're looking pretty impressive. I would have to say, but as I always say, wait till the game finally drops. We'll test them out. We'll see what's up, and then I can make my my actual full decision on the game itself. Because a lot of people are afraid that the game's gonna play way too similar to Injustice One, and there will be like nothing really new as of like a combo variety. And so a lot of people are afraid of that.
They did tell us like Superman and Batman are going to roughly be the same because they want a character that people can stick to. But the other characters look incredibly different. What's her name? Harley Quinn is extremely different from her original
Oh yeah,
incarnation.
yeah. This seems like a different Harley Quinn period.
Yeah. And I don't know if that has to do with like the Suicide Squad being a thing, or they just took a look at the character a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely different. And for characters that have similar powers, they are definitely making them way more different than like how pretty much, I guess, the Lanterns both had what looked like the same strings for their juggles.
Mm-hmm.
Because Poison Ivy and Swamp Thing play completely different.
Oh yeah.
They got different setups. They got different ways of attacking you. And by the way, I am happy that like people could actually see the development changes in this game because for the longest time, like an issue with KOF was why does this game look so bad? Why does this game look so bad? And nobody's not looking from trailer to trailer to trailer to trailer to trailer.
Mm-hmm.
That there is slight changes here or there of improvements. And Wonder Woman's face was a big change. Supergirl's face was another. It's still changing from every trailer that they've had of her. And Poison Ivy changed since the one trailer that she was in.
Yeah, she changed dramatically.
Yeah. And I'll be honest, like, the proportions are just too normal-ish. But that's just the way things are going now. Like, the superheroes aren't really looking superheroic anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But Poison Ivy looks great. She looks really good. And
Yeah.
if they got that right, then it means they're doing their job.
Right.
Because Poison Ivy was like the one character they could ruin.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad for that.
So hopefully, again, with all the other characters that we did make mention of the trailers, hopefully they still come out pretty good. I mean, they did show a little bit of Robin, which is not the same Robin that we had in Injustice. Is a whole another, you know.
Like literally a whole different character.
Yeah, whole nother character, period. You know, we have some returning characters. A lot of people are curious to fucking test out and try their combos and somewhat. But again, we'll see. It's almost out. Almost have Injustice. I think we're about like less than a month away now from seeing the game.
Mm-hmm.
So we
about that much. Okay. Well, I do have other on your knees. I'm scared. You are not scared.
Yeah, you're definitely not. I know. I know.
Nah, I'm not gonna make that joke.
Let me switch this over real quick.
Okay. So let's see. There was something else I forgot to speak
Well,
about.
On Your Knees is actually here. Let me see if I could get him in the call. Alright. You should be talking now.
Hold on, let me mute the stream so I don't hear double talk.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go. No double talk. Yeah. I saw you guys were streaming, so I hopped in. I'm actually home on relatively on time today.
Oh, awesome, awesome. I still have to play 20XX again, but that's besides the point.
Yes. It's been kind of weird lately, but I got a move date. I'm moving next weekend. And hopefully things will stabilize after that. And someone just got the Hadouken, it looks like.
Yes, that's my gameplay from, I think, like 2 days ago.
Okay, I thought you were playing live.
No. This is a recording. I wouldn't be able to concentrate if that was the case.
Alright. There was an earlier talk about the Nier DLC, if you are aware of it.
Oh, I was actually I kind of laughed what they did with it, but I don't like the fact that it's just an arena.
Okay.
So I saw the boss fight. I was actually very entertained, but kind of spoiled everything, and it's at the point where my guy's already level 95. It's not even going to be a challenge. It probably won't be worth the get.
Really? Okay.
Just because there's no US launch date yet. So who the hell knows when we're going to get it?
Alright, and did you play the first Nier? Like, remind me.
I got 100%. I got all the achievements on Automata, but I didn't play any of the other 2 or 3 games there were.
Okay, so what do you think about that costume DLC then?
Like, I didn't even change the costume in games, so I apparently gained the ability, but I never figured out how. So it's like, whatever.
What was the point?
If I want to look
line, man.
well, what do you want me to say? If I want to look at attractive women, there's all sorts of porn on the internet. I don't need to play my video games for that stuff.
That is true. They already made porn of that character like 2 minutes after showing her.
Oh yeah, well, you know what? I'm not going to comment. That's for my own personal file. But anyway, oops.
Okay.
I said that out loud. Too bad. Hold on, wait. I got to do sound effect too.
What the hell? Someone's screaming?
Now, you want to tell us where the source is to that?
Oh, it's Modern Events. That hit this week. Don't you guys watch the news with United Airlines?
Oh,
that's the guy screaming as he's getting pulled out of the seat and knocked out.
I'm like, when you said Modern Events, like, is that a show or something?
That sounded...
Literally, like...
It literally happened this week or last week, whatever the hell.
It was last week.
It was last week, okay. I grabbed it. I just put it on my phone because I saw you guys were streaming. But yeah, that was... yeah, I was actually saving that for something, but I ended up streaming podcast. I didn't end up doing anything. Did I do anything Saturday? No, I don't think I did.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I was hungover as fuck, so I didn't do shit. But I was gonna make a joke at Alex's expense like always, but that's maybe next week, maybe this weekend.
But I got this weekend. It's this Saturday. You know.
Yeah, well,
you're not surviving a hangover.
Well, I got a 3.5 day weekend this week, so I'm quite happy.
Okay, good.
Leaving work early tomorrow for a rock concert, so that should be fun.
Okay.
Don't mind me. I'm just a little tired. Work's been a bitch, but yeah, for Nier, you know, it is what it is. Game is all right. Unfortunately, the DLC is going to take too long to come out for something that's, but in their words, not substantial. So that's a little disappointing. But they said they don't have the money or the manpower to invest in it, so that's their loss because they couldn't make good money with it.
That's unfortunate then. I didn't actually hear that part.
Even though they did set up for a sequel, but I don't know what the hell they'll do with it.
Well, they have the knowledge of how to make the game more enjoyable now, so perhaps they won't need Platinum to make the next one.
If Platinum, when was the last time Platinum made a bad game? To be honest.
I already went over this with Alex. When was the last time you've ever heard a Platinum game ever needed a patch?
Oh, that is a good point, sir. Good point.
Yeah, Platinum Games has been doing pretty solid as of late. So.
But they might make a mediocre game, but that's about it.
Yeah, the little phone glitch thing, leave it.
Leave it in
every single remaster of Bayonetta. It's fine.
Well, I wasn't even talking about that. I was talking about, didn't they do the Transformers game?
Yeah,
they did.
Well.
Okay, yeah. That was what I was referring to as being mediocre, but, not saying it's bad. It could have probably been better, but I don't know. I never played it, so.
I played it, and I think it's fine. I don't think that's their best work, but is it ever full on fan service, which is fine. And if that's mediocre for them, that's still better than most games that came out at its time.
Hey, it actually worked on launch day, right?
Yeah. I booted it up, and there was no update for it, nothing.
Hey, what do you know? I actually could see the character spaces on like certain, let's murder people games. Oops, Ubisoft, you failed.
Yeah, the characters are transforming halfway into like abominations.
Oh look, there's Optimus Prime. How the hell is he standing straight up and you hear his car noises? What the fuck's going on here?
Yeah. And they're doing this every half second, mid combo, and it's fine. He's not becoming this freakish dinosaur thing because his model accidentally swapped with the other robot.
Oh look, Optimus Prime is driving upside down and his colors inverted. Fantastic.
Oh, now he's suddenly a jet. Why? I don't know.
And look, I can still honk the horn. Oh, what? That fired the missile. Oops.
And I think what might be their worst game now is their Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game.
Yeah, which someone just mentioned. I like turtles.
Yeah, freaking S, yeah. Stupid.
I like turtles. I know. Do I have? I don't have that. I might. Nah, I don't need that sound effect. But yeah. So, what else do you guys cover today?
We covered a lot. Just about everything that happened this week and maybe part of last.
I read something today. There's rumors about. I didn't read the article, but apparently Nintendo might do an SNES Lite because of how successful the NES Lite was.
Thank you for reminding me about that. So, can you explain a bit more?
Let me find the article. Give me 2 seconds while I... Where's my mouse? There's my mouse. So,
okay.
It was on...
The other thing that I forgot that was a PSA was because someone asked me about making my own game. RPG Maker Fez is coming out to North America June 27th. So for anyone that was like me and has always had ideas and concepts and has never been able to execute them, maybe you'll be able to use this.
Okay, so SNES Mini should be due for holiday 2017. So this is for Gameranx. I'm doing it on my phone, so I can't send it to you, but
that's fine.
Nintendo is set up to follow up the phenomenon of the NES Mini. This news stems from Eurogamer, where sources close to the company confirmed the SNES Mini. Fucking ads, go away. No one wants you. Let me see here. We're officially closed production on the NES Mini. Get their hands. So we'll release Christmas 27 with development project underway right now. Hopefully the NES Mini console will be they'll play a little smarter. They're hoping that, but it's Nintendo. They won't. They like to create shortages. It makes buzz and make sure their shit sells.
Yeah, that's why I was able to get one when I actually could.
Oh, let me see here. Let me see what's much better games. As Eurogamer mentions, the software lineup for SNES is significantly better. Link to the Past, Donkey Kong Country, Super Metroid, Mario Kart, Mario World, Earthbound, Star Fox. Wow, Super Mario RPG? They got Square to release that? Really? The console had the best RPGs in the era, including Square's Chrono Trigger and Secret of Mana. They're not going to be mentioned there, but so I don't know if this lineup is true. They're all Nintendo games, so that's why they're going to be able to put them in there.
All right.
But so good, solid games for the most part. But I think I could get those on an emulator, and I could probably build one out of a Raspberry Pi if I needed to. So
now, let me ask you this: do you even think that this rumor is a real thing?
To be honest, I think they'd be stupid not to do it. Granted, it is Eurogamer. I'm not sure how the reputation is these days, but I think Nintendo would do it. It's just a matter of when they're going to do it.
All right, Nelson, you got it?
I'm just stating this just because I'm very heavily into the retro scene now. It would be stupid for them not to do it because of the success and the buzz, as what Onionies had mentioned. With the NES Classic, everyone's gonna fucking go bonkers looking for this shit, especially on Christmas, which is ironic how they're doing a very similar release date to when the NES Classic came out. And that can't be bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're planning this correctly. But I will be an asshole, and I will put this out there right now to slap Nintendo right in the fucking face. You're an idiot for making the software to the point where it can be emulated to be a 3DS product. You allow yourself...
what happened with the 3DS?
No. Listen. The hardware that they use for the NES Classic is stronger than the 3DS. So... With that being said, you guys are fucking retarded, and you open yourself up to Pandora's box to allow modding to be done on the console.
This is some bull.
And that's why you have people like in certain mom and pop shops or certain people online. They have already put the entire the entire NES library on the Classic.
Yeah, like, aren't they also able to put the entire Sega Master System on there as well?
Yes, that takes a little bit more of a different coding, but you guys fucked up. So now, again, this is just my prediction. You guys are going to fuck up again, use almost similar hardware, and put 30 SNES games on there, and it's going to be modded again, and it's going to have every Super Nintendo fucking game on there.
Yeah, it's probably going to have every N64 game on there as well.
If the hardware's that powerful, why is it going to take this long to put out a new one? They can just slap a new case on it and just send it away with the fucking...
That's the point.
Let me ask you this. Why couldn't Nintendo just make a Nintendo box and allow you to just rent every game or buy every game you want?
Well, then you can't buy it 7 times.
Well, there's your answer.
But my thing that I also read about within a rumor is that the reason why that they made the cancellation for the Famicom and the NES Classic is because the Switch is going to be re-releasing its virtual store very soon, sometime around November. And they're going to release all the fucking games that people had wanted on the Classic, and you have to repurchase them again. So for anyone who has bought it on the Nintendo Wii U or on the Wii Virtual Console, you're fucked. You got to spend more money again.
We'll see, because they haven't made a good virtual console since the Wii.
Well, the problem
as the best virtual console on there.
Yeah.
Well, the other problem is the games cost $5. If they were like $1 each, I might be willing to buy them way back when. I'm not paying $5 for a game that's 30 years old at this point. Like that.
At least the NES ones.
They're still charging like $5 for Balloon Fight. What the fuck is this? Come on now.
Okay, that's a bit preposterous. It's a bit preposterous. I do agree with On Your Knees on that. But, again, I got the NES Classic for my girlfriend as a Christmas present. One, because of nostalgia reasons. There's a lot of people who never owned a Nintendo in their life.
Yeah. I wanted to get one for my sister, because she was the one that showed me what NES was in the first place.
Right. Yeah, one of my brother's friends went to me and was like, "Yeah, can you get me this?" Like, are you fucking stupid? You can't find these anymore. And it was like 2 months after they released the damn thing.
Yeah.
He wanted my brother to get 3 of them. They're like, what the hell are you talking about?
There are people out there that I have seen when I visited my network meeting and stuff like that at iFix. They brought in 3 NES Classics to get modded. And I'm like, how did you have the money or the time to buy these things? He's like, oh, when they first dropped, you was able to buy any amount of number you want. And then they started putting buyer restrictions. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Are you telling me you bought 3 Nintendo Classics? You spent $150 on 3 of those units to then mod it to scalp it back online.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was someone on NeoGAF that bought like 10 of them just to do that exact purpose.
Well, I mean, it makes sense, again, if you guys are doing stuff for like the retro community and you're trying to like have like a little game night or stuff like that. I've seen places that have bought a lot for those specific reasons, but I just pray that the NES Classic does come out so I can buy it again for nostalgia reasons for my girlfriend. I really don't need it because I'm running on official hardware. Like, I have the original Super Nintendo. I have the original, stuff like that. I don't feel the need to emulate all my shit. If I have to, so be it. But if I can get the physical copy, I would prefer.
Why need to emulate your shit when you can just go to the bathroom?
So I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and play Super Mario RPG from my
no,
toilet.
I should have had the rim shot ready for that, but I don't feel right rim shotting myself there. But I'm sorry, I just had to.
Dang, man.
I just had to. I'm sorry. You go ahead.
Oh my god, but we'll see though. We can hope and pray that it does come out more in stock this time, and they don't clown people around because, as I always say, Nintendo has products that is guaranteed money makers, but you are some dumb motherfuckers for not wanting more money in your pocket.
Yeah, they sell things like their shoes,
Like,
which is frustrating because I already hate the way Nike sell.
Mm-hmm. So I really do hope you motherfuckers make a lot so everyone can enjoy the product. And a lot of people do want it for specific reasons, not just to mod, but to have a nostalgia / retro feel for, where they grew up on their childhood. Like, oh shit, I got a fucking Super Nintendo in 2017, 2018.
Yeah.
Like,
I might pick up an SNES one and I'll fuck around with it too. Like you said, for nostalgia.
Well, yeah, but for people like us, we have a lot more usage for those old school consoles for now. But again, they're only catering to the new generation of gamers, so everything is not going to be, catering.
New generation consumers in general that deal with this crap.
Yeah, they didn't have to wait for good games. Everything just comes out half-assed made. Oh, we'll pay $500 for a patch? Sure. The fuck out of here, guys.
Wait, a game comes fully released at launch? What is this sorcery?
Man.
And meanwhile, everybody was asking me, why am I not getting Battlefront? I can't do the space-to-air battles anymore. That's why.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
And even the second one, like, you technically can't do that.
No, you cannot.
I won't be getting the second one either.
Excuse me. Holy shit.
Well, that sounded good.
Yeah, that stretch.
You think that was good? You should have heard him cough earlier.
Nah, man. I was eating some pasta earlier. The Parmesan cheese almost fucking killed me, yo.
God damn, son. You're supposed to, you're supposed to grate that shit. You're not supposed to bite into the whole block.
Oh, no. It wasn't the block. I got the fucking Kraft Parmesan thing that you shake and you know, whatever. But it was just like, you know what it felt like? It felt like I was doing like the cinnamon challenge when I fucking took like a whole goddamn teaspoon and put in that shit in my mouth. That's what it fucking felt like. Yeah. And I almost choked, so I was like, oh god. So not good.
Yeah, that is a bit rough.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, but he's still here.
Yeah.
He lived.
I lived after drinking half a bottle of water. Is there anything else that we can discuss right now, since we do have On Your Knees on?
I don't know what else. I've been keeping up lately. Let me see what else I got here. My gaming Reddit's here.
I will be allowing. I will be telling people that there is this EGX video that they sit down with indie developers, talk about how they develop for different consoles and whatnot, and it's primarily Switch related. But if you're interested in any of that, you should check it out.
Well, let me see here. There's nothing really standing out, at least in this one. But what was it? Namco Museum's coming to Switch. If anyone wants to play old Atari shit. What else is really standing out? Crytek Shanghai shutting its doors, but I don't know if they mean anything that we would care about.
Did you hear about the Senran Kagura game that's coming for the Switch?
Which one is that? Is that the one with the ninja teenage girls, or is that something else?
It's the one with the ninja teenage girls.
On the Game Boys, right? That's usually what they're on, like 3DS, right?
3DS game.
Yeah, okay. What happened? What's going on with Nintendo then? With the Switch on those?
Okay, so Nintendo did its Nintendo Direct last week. It was very quick. They just showed off the games. They didn't have any skits or anything like that. And on the Japanese side, they did show off a couple of extra games, I believe. That's like Japan only. Mm-hmm. But one of them in particular was the Senran Kagura's creator. Now, for anyone that doesn't know this, but the Senran Kagura creator specifically made that game on the 3DS just so he could see boobs in 3D. And that thing uses some of the best 3D technology I've ever personally seen.
That's sad.
It's sad, but he made the technology. Okay?
Why can't you just, if you really want to see boobs in 3D, just get a fucking hooker. Come on now.
I mean, yeah, people are going to great lengths.
He said in 3D, not in reality.
People are going to great lengths to fucking...
Yeah, and like, if he just shared how he does 3D, a lot of the 3DS games could look a lot better. Because the 3D for that game looks really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna even lie, like, the subject matter, not really. But how the 3D actually looks is really good.
He
It's
said,
one of the best.
he said make a hologram. I'm done.
Make a hologram. That's probably his next step. That's probably his next step.
Hologram boobs, yo.
Cause the trail, like he already talked about VR. He's like, I'm looking at VR, but I'm not really sure if it's up to snuff to what I want to do with it. And now it seems like he's making something that looks like Harada's Summer Lesson.
Oh God, no.
So it's like
you know part 2 is coming out for that, right?
Really?
You didn't hear about that?
I did hear about that.
Oh,
I didn't even know
God.
the first one was out because I don't have a PlayStation VR.
Yo, the first one had a big ass craze, and now they're making part 2 now.
What's the name of this game? I'm gonna look this up.
Lesson.
Summer Lesson.
Yeah.
It's basically a Japanese girl that you help tutor, and you're a teacher, and you get to do a lot of.
Oh, okay,
shit.
okay. I seen the pictures. I know where this is going.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Oh
So
boy.
it kind of reminds me of that. Like he didn't show any video of it. It was just a picture of you in a classroom, and it has that same similar vibe because it's first person. And the video goes on to like pretty much explaining that he's trying to use the Joy-Con's HD Rumble thing to like simulate certain things. He never actually implies what it's for, but we all know what it's for.
You know.
With the way that he had literally like someone in a lab coat with like plan in their hand and like silicon balls as with the Joy-Con, you know what it's for. So
Wait, hold on. I got something for this. Hold on.
So that's the thing.
Hold on. I have no words, so I'm gonna let Dave Chappelle say what I want to say.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my god.
I'm watching this stuff on the Summer Lesson, and I was like, oh god, okay.
Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing.
If it sells, it sells. You know, whatever.
It definitely sold a lot of fucking copies, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Right now.
So does Senran Kagura, apparently.
Well,
There's like
Senran
5 of those
Kagura,
games.
Senran Kagura I can understand, but
Because it's like an actual game underneath all that crap.
it's a game, and plus, like, people have to understand, like, that was also an anime for people who never fucking knew. You know, so I can understand that having its own fan base and whatnot, but the fucking virtual reality.
Wait, it has an anime?
God damn, you didn't know that?
No, because I don't watch this stuff.
Holy shit, man. Yo, Senran Kagura was out when I was in high school, bro. Like, holy shit.
Are you sure you're not thinking of Ikitosen?
No. There's a difference between Ikitosen and Senran Kagura. It's 2 different things.
I have to look this up then.
Yeah, it's been out for some time now.
I didn't actually know this.
Yeah, it's been out for some time. Because I remember my cousin showed me Ikitosen, and then a little ways after, he showed me Senran Kagura. But the thing is, it was not over-exaggerated like Ikitosen was in the anime form, but the games are sure making it very similar.
Yeah, because like the first thing I thought, like, this looks like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Senran Kagura's been out for some time.
Yeah, and now the recent one I'm aware of on the
Man.
3DS has Ikitosen characters.
Did you not see the recent Senran Kagura game that they have super soaker guns that you have to shoot the enemy and you have to make them all wet and their boobs will pop out and stuff like that?
I've heard of it. Max played it, and I didn't know exactly what that was. I just heard about it. I'm like, okay, is this like Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball? No, this is a third-person shooter.
It's like people compared it to Splatoon, but with like anime characters.
Well, yeah, it does look like it, and I was just utterly confused because I didn't know why they were in bikinis.
Mm-hmm.
I just knew like there was super soakers involved, and they were in bikinis, and that was it. I thought that was just one mode.
Yeah,
I didn't know that was the full
no,
game.
that was the game. Like, this shit is real. Like, you'd be surprised what fucking Japan be doing, yo, especially when it comes to...
I'm not anymore, and I don't want to be.
Hopefully, I could get some type of revenue and go take a trip to Japan for several reasons. One, to buy retro gaming, like, equipment, and two, just to see what obscurity they have that they don't want to show us in America.
Well...
Because...
Go pick me up one of those various thousands of Sega Saturns that they have.
How about, well, the thing is, I want to go out there and start getting the, what you call them shits, man. You gotta give me a second, because now I'm fucking going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They're not called super guns, they're called, God damn it, I don't remember what the fuck it's called, but it's the arcade emulated port that you have a side A and side B to play the actual... board of like an arcade game. So like if I want like a Super Turbo arcade board, I could buy it there, like official. I have to see what the fuck they're called though. I think they're called like CPS boards or something like that. CPS 1, CPS 2 boards and stuff like that. That's what I really want to go to get. I also want to pick up some DVDs that are not coming to the West, and I'm not gonna even touch their manga because all their manga is like mad perverted. I ain't bother with that.
Okay.
But that'll be interesting.
I'm actually watching this video here of you fighting Large Octopus.
Yeah.
Did you actually use the Burai Kuranga's weapon against him?
What do you mean?
If you use that weapon, he will lose access to like his tentacles and lose one of his attacks.
I didn't know what weapon is that. I didn't know.
Kurangas.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
Was that the same reason why you didn't know about getting cut in half?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Good, there's secrets, man.
Yo, you know how many years I haven't played Mega Man? Like, you have any idea how long it's been? Like, oh my god. So I'm just relearning all this shit now. I used to play all this stuff when I was a kid.
If you do it to Flame Mammoth, he loses his trunk as well.
What? Okay,
yes!
Nah, I'm gonna have to replay the game after.
What you call it? For Chill Penguin, if you use the fire on him, he has a fire effect like in Street Fighter.
That's interesting. Cause
he gets burnt, and it looks the exact same way it does in Street Fighter.
I see.
When you get hit with like a Yoga Fire or Ken's Flaming Shuriken.
Right, but I've only just played the game for like its normal weaknesses. I didn't know there was special weaknesses.
Yeah, there's some weaknesses. Because remember I said like, oh, I think this enemy, he's weak to such and such. After you do this. Yeah, there's some weaknesses.
Because I know the armadillo has the weakness with the electricity.
Yeah, because I think with him, he has a secondary sub-weakness. Like the electricity, and then just something else in general.
I didn't know you could use the boomerang to fucking cut things in half or cut pieces of armor.
Yeah, it's less frequent in like the later ones. The first one has the most.
I'll probably replay Mega Man X sometime soon, since I have a better grasp of the fucking game now than I did in the past.
when you was fighting Armadillo, like I didn't know why you wasn't dashing underneath his attacks, his projectiles, because you can.
I didn't see. Again, I didn't know that. I thought you could only jump over them. I don't know all this
you
crazy
can dash
tech. I don't know all this crazy tech. I'm not a speed runner. The fuck, man.
Well, you wasn't on the line, so I couldn't like do Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and help you out.
Yeah. Plus, I'm not, like I said, Caleb Hart, which is a very frequent Mega Man speedrunner. Shout outs to him. And he does a lot of things that I would not even bother to attempt to do. Like, there's a certain part in the Storm Eagle stage, I think it's called. I don't know if that's his name, but
It's Storm Eagle.
You know the part when you're going up those little platforms that's on the gear cog and stuff like that.
Belt.
Yeah. Did you know that if you put a boomerang and you time it very well, that you can grab one of the conveyor belts and fucking ride it through the entire level?
I seen that. I just never actually knew about it until years later. And I know about this another thing where you can take a conveyor belt and like soft hack the game, like how that one guy played Super Mario World did it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can use that to auto beat the game in like 3 minutes.
Yeah, like when I saw him doing like these various tactics, I said this is bullshit. There is a way to do the Hadouken on the final version of Sigma. I've seen it the other night that you have to time it. It's very random. So what you have to do is you have to get on top of one of the hands, right? Mm-hmm. Power up the ice thing to make it into like, you know, where
a platform,
like a platform itself. Jump on that, get point blank to it, and throw the Hadouken.
Okay. Because like there was that. There was like me telling you like you gotta use Roller Shield a bit more because it can just destroy enemies on contact. You just gotta figure out which ones it can, which ones it can't.
Yeah.
I'm unfamiliar. I can't remember right now. But can't you also use like your regular Buster from a different button while you have a sub-weapon out? Because I was trying to tell you to do that.
That's the thing. I don't know because I'm so used to, like I said, just holding just like one button
just
for
jump and shoot.
Yeah, just jump and shooting. I didn't know like. Again, I do have
because you set Roller Shield and then just switch back to your Buster and you're good for most of the levels.
I mean, we could test that because, like I said, when this podcast does come to its conclusion, I will be streaming on my channel and I will be continuing my Mega Man X2 run. So.
Right. That's my favorite one, and I'm most unfamiliar with it. So I'm sorry if I can't give you any more tips on it.
Oh no, that's fine. Like I'm already like at the final like Maverick X bosses. I just have to collect all the E-tanks and I can start beating Mega Man X2. My favorite one is 3.
Zero's body.
What happened?
You forgot to go get Zero's body.
Yeah.
Unless you want to do that fight, I don't know.
I could, but I do need to get the Shoryuken, so that's just one thing. But my favorite Mega Man out of the X series so far is X3 and X5. So
okay.
We'll definitely have some fun.
Thank you. Like in the SNES era, it was 2 for me, and in the PlayStation 1 era, it was 5. So
yeah, some people like 4. I don't blame them for liking 4 because it had a lot of unlockables, like a lot.
4 is very solid. I'm not going to blame anyone for liking 4. I just like 5 because it was intended to be the last game, and it really felt like it with all of what the story was trying to do, and the fan service in general. There was a lot of different callbacks. I love that the whale boss was a friend of Bubble Crab. I like that. Was it Spiral Pegasus was part of the resistance from 4, and if you go to him as 0, there's this really good conversation that they have before the boss fight, and there's just other things that game has that I really enjoy that it does as Easter eggs or for anyone that actually knows the series
Mm-hmm.
for them to enjoy.
Okay. So, is there anything else you want to talk about before we come to a conclusion?
Nope. Do you, Chris?
No, I got nothing.
Okay, so
I will bring up one thing that I don't know if you did mention about the Xbox refund thing that they started issuing out on the beta.
Mhm.
If people didn't know about that, they are going to take the Steam approach. Xbox is now wanting to give you refunds for your digital products. And yes, it's not only in Europe no more. So they're working on a system where it makes some reasonable sense that they will have where okay, so let's say if you bought a game and it says the price tag, it says $59.99, right? Right next to it, it will tell you how much you'll get back if you refund the product. Like a credit system, more or less.
Okay.
So we'll see how well this works out for the consumers and see if they like that type of system.
I assume that's going to change depending on how long it's been or how much of the game you played.
More likely, yeah. Because the thing is, people also have to consider that digital is like able to get as long as like the licensing is not conflicted. So digital will never like expire. So technically prices won't scale down as significantly as it would for the retail because that's again this do degrade after a certain amount of years. But with digital, you can't disappear unless if the server just got like shitted on.
Right. Sleepy Jim says you only have a little time to do it though, he thinks. So that might be a thing.
That seems reasonable because Steam is the same way. Steam says that if you play the game for more than 2 hours, that's it. You can't get a refund.
Right.
So I would see like if you play it for like, I would be very lenient and give you a full 24 hours.
Mm.
You don't like it in the first 24 hours, get your money back. If you have it for more than 24 hours, it'll be significantly less.
I think it could either go like that, and then it diminishes again if you played more than 25% of the game.
Okay, I can see that.
Okay, and Sleeky Jim, to answer you, how's the new Mega Man collection? I own it on 3DS, and it plays perfect. I'm assuming that you're talking about the Mega Man Legacy collection.
Yeah,
And
Legacy is the
really good emulation in general. Like, it has all of its imperfections. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. For me, I could have lived without the imperfections, or at least have a Switch.
If you're a speedrunner, you would enjoy it.
Right. For me, I would just wish I had a Switch to actually toggle in between the perfected mode or not.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, let me see something. How many games does the Legacy version have?
It only has the 6 NES version of Mega Man Classic, and that's the problem with it. It doesn't have 7, it doesn't have 8, it doesn't have Mega Man and Bass, Mega Man Bass actually, and it doesn't have 9 or 10. So it's missing quite a few games that should be in that collection and doesn't have it.
Well, if you guys end up having the Mega Man Anniversary Collection, you'll be better off then.
Right. What's good about this in particular is just that it's NES perfect. And I would like to think that, they eventually do this for other games and improve on the emulator, because the emulator is specifically NES. So I think this is what they're using for the Disney Afternoon collection.
Mm-hmm.
Because those are all NES games. They're not. The DuckTales game is not the remake. Despite all the artwork being from the remake, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what they're doing now. And I think their emulation for this collection is on par with Nintendo's emulation for the Virtual Console.
Right.
Which is usually better than not. Like, I've had issues with some of PlayStation 3 Zone. Like, for Parappa the Rapper, it is unplayable because of it's not taking into account the refresh rate of HD monitors.
Okay.
But not the NES, the Virtual Console on the Wii and the Wii U accounts for that, and it works perfect. And in the case of F-Zero X, they intentionally went back into the game and made it run better and look better. So the textures are sharper, the audio quality is better, and the game runs even better in multiplayer. So that became like the definitive version of F-Zero for some people. If you just want enjoyment out of it and not like be the speedrunner.
Okay. Makes perfect sense.
So yeah, with that. There was also another thing, like I forgot to mention when we was talking about Mega Man X just now. That is the most aggressive Sigma Phase 2 I've ever seen. So you having so much issue with it, I had sympathy for. I was like, oh, he can't play it. He can't beat it. I don't know why he's stop sucking Nelson. Like that stuff. Like, no, I have never seen him attack so much with the lightning and like the auto targeted attack and the flamethrower. Like, why is he doing stuff one after the next? He's not giving you any sort of cooldown.
Yeah, there's no cooldown. That's why I'm sitting there saying like people have to let me breathe because it's like one, it's been eons since I played the game. And the whole strat that people used to use where they go on the left side of the wall to avoid the hand crushing them, that
wasn't working.
It changes on the PlayStation 2, guys. It's not the same as the SNES.
It's unfortunate because that still works in Maverick Hunter X.
Yeah, and well, Maverick Hunter X probably paid attention to like porting it correctly. This was just like, oh no, we're gonna spike up the fucking difficulty. Because we can.
Oh, that was a definite weird change. I wonder if it's like Japanese Mega Man rules or something.
I don't know. I honestly can't say for sure because I haven't seen Caleb play Mega Man X in a while. I've seen him play X2 and X3 more frequently.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll probably look into it to see if there's any like small little revisions.
But... yeah, because that looked like Airman in the Japanese or hard difficulty.
But
that
see,
was
Airman
nuts.
is like garbage. Like you could beat Airman in like 3 hits.
Oh yeah, you can, but like if you want to do a no-hit run, that becomes
that's ridiculous.
Insanely difficult.
Yeah, that just gets retarded on a whole other scale.
Yeah, I just don't know why he was so ruthless.
Ruthless. Yeah, but it happens.
Okay. All right, let me end this podcast so you could actually go through whatever it is you're about to go through. Are you going through 2 still, or are you?
I am on the final parts of X2. I'm getting the last of the items. I'm getting all 4 E-tanks. Then I have to get the Shoryuken. Then I can fight the bosses, and yeah.
Okay, so for anyone that is interested in that, go switch over to his channel. The last 2 nights of the Mega Man X collection has been hilarious for his sanity's sake.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of ha-has here and there. Last night I was slightly fucking drunk playing Mega Man X. And then the previous night before that I was just getting upset at the final part, so...
Your girlfriend had no sympathy, by the way.
She didn't give a fuck. That's the crazy thing that people love.
No sympathy whatsoever. I think she was worse than chat, specifically because she was right there.
Yeah, she's like, well, I don't care. You gonna beat it or you gonna just say fucking do tomorrow? I don't care. And I was like, oh god, yo. She doesn't give a flying shit right now.
Yeah, meanwhile, if you go to anyone else's stream, you go to Max's stream and his wife is cheering him on.
Yeah, nah, she doesn't get, like, she likes, because the thing is, she knows me so well, when I get mad, it fucking forces me to play better. But it was just to the point where I was like, yo, I can't, I'm tapped out, I'm tired, I can't do it.
You're one of the determination players.
Mm-hmm. So I have to get
Okay.
super upset in order for me to play at my strongest. So, but yeah.
Okay, I'll let you get to that now since it's 9:21 over here. Good
Yeah,
grief.
so this has been a pretty long Hear Me Out episode.
Yeah, I wanted to make this one particularly extended, just to get the hang of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, it's been going well. We have a good, solid audience here with us too. So thank you everyone for showing up. Like Chris, thank you for showing up today. Like you didn't have to. Like normally, I would expect to see you around this time anyway. So it was nice.
Yeah, I don't know if this will be regular or not, but yeah, I was home early, so I figured to stop by.
That's
Okay.
cool, though.
We also have Shin Raven here, Slinky Jim, of course,
Yeah.
Essia,
Yeah.
and Megasonic. So
Mhm.
thank you all for showing up.
And Code Equestria, don't forget.
Oh yeah, and Call Question. Thank you for reminding me. I
Mhm.
almost forgot about that.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure having you all being here.
So-
It actually really drives me to continue this. So thank you.
Yeah, so hopefully things will run smoothly just as it did today on the following week. Let's see if there's any announcements to be made. As far as I know, guys, as of Friday, I don't know what's happening because normally Friday Night Fights usually commences on that day. I haven't heard any updates from Alex. I don't know if he is or is not going to do
He's
something.
on tour right now,
Uh,
or something like that.
So if he's doing his little tour thing where he's dealing with the army, it looks like you might not see that much content on this channel except for probably Hear Me Out. So just bear with us. Again, real life does hit us sometimes, so we have to just
case in
regulate
point
it.
twice in this one.
Mm-hmm. So, just relax. We're trying to give as much as possible content. That's why we made a nice 2-hour and 16-minute segment here, so you have something to listen to to
Yeah.
make up.
It's definitely a lot. I suggest watching this in the car. Well, not watching.
But,
Listening to it in the
yeah.
car.
Yeah, definitely do
Wow.
that, and just keep on the lookout for anything. He was punching moves on Instagram. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I don't know, but just stay tuned next week, Wednesday or Thursday, if it comes to that. Friday, I for a fact of next week will not be present at all because I have a gig to stream, so I won't be here for that. And I also have another gig on the 6th, I believe, of May. I'm going to be pretty busy for the next couple weeks coming. But thank you guys for coming out. And T-Rex, you could do your outro, and I guess same thing with you on your knees before I close this out.
Yes.
Have a good night, everybody. I got nothing else.
All right.
I'll keep it simple.
Well, thank you all for hearing us out here at New Game in Order. I pretty much mentioned, yeah, I did mention full screen already.
Yeah, you did
Well,
in the beginning.
You're going to hear them again. It's brought to you by Full Screen. You have the information down below of how to contact us. If you want to contact me, I now have a Twitter. It is gig_gaming. And I also have a YouTube channel by that same name. I'm working on that, so you'll have to bear with me on that part. Thank you again, Nelson, for putting that up as well. And yeah, if you have any questions about Hear Me Out or want to submit your own requests for a topic, there you go. You can get to me there. You can also leave a comment in the comment section on YouTube as well. And of course, if you're here too, you could just talk to us and we will add to you. Like case in point, what question said earlier, Sleepy Jim was mentioned, stuff like that.
Yeah, we definitely
So-
try to listen.
Right. You'll definitely listen more here than it would be on the Saturday podcast,
Mhm.
which I am not quite certain is going to be happening this week.
Most
So-
likely not.
It all depends on if Chris is sober enough to do it.
What, me? No, that's impossible. Well, I got my birthday Friday, so I can't make any guarantees.
Well, there you go,
Oh.
guys. There'll be nothing
Oh,
happening this
no
week.
show.
It all depends on how late the show goes on Thursday, and I got to prep for my moves, so I don't know what the hell's happening this weekend, but we'll see what happens.
It's all understandable stuff. Okay, that's the outro. Nelson, can you take us out?
Sure. Thank you guys for coming out to this episode of Hear Me Out, episode 16, Trailer Talk. We'll be back same time, same place next week. If there's any inconveniences, we'll let you guys know either by social media or we'll just make a little small video on YouTube. So tune in, and yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching, and this will be on YouTube shortly.